Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today's video, we're going to be looking at our brand new Graveborn hero. Want to go through and do the test day, do the bountiful trials. Now, overall with this hero, it seems pretty unique with how Bronn works. So overall, he has to really push from that allied side all the way over to the enemy side. At the enemy side, he actually turns around and does ultimate ability and pretty much just unleashes this ultimate ability nonstop. So it is kind of chained. Now, of course, we're going to get him as a pretty good build in here. And I'm wondering a bunch of different formations. So I was kind of thinking about it a little bit today on exactly how well this hero is going to work and where, and again, how the effectiveness of this is really going to come into play. Now, some of the questions that I want to look at is one, if we're looking at kind of stacking heroes in here, and I'm thinking, I'll show you a couple different ways. Let's go ahead, and I'm not really going to look for a lot of level deficiencies because what I'm thinking is going to happen, and I'm probably pretty spot on with this, we're doing 100 level deficiency, so 360 to 460 is what I'm thinking is Bronn. When you start getting into higher level deficiencies, I don't feel like there's going to be enough strength to push through the enemy heroes. You're not going to be able to burn them down fast enough to get to that enemy side to actually have him turn around and start attacking. Now, the other thing that a lot of players were kind of noting, which again, we're going to have to see exactly how it looks, is Bronn going to have the ability to get to and get behind the bosses? It might mean that we're putting him down here in this bottom slot to kind of move and scale all the way past. Also, what is it going to look like when we have Leica in there and Zolrath? For kind of the delay coming in there, is he going to be able to move a little bit faster? Is haste going to affect when he moves in here? So again, we have a lot. So I'm going to go ahead with these set formations and see. So he really slow, and again, kind of coming out. So you can see he moves forward. He runs right into Hodgkin. Boom. He is attacking Hodgkin. So essentially at this point, if he didn't get the ability to get through that hero, so if he didn't take Hodgkin out, essentially he would not be able to get to the side. And you can see right there, not effective really at all because it took him so long to get there. But you can see it also does do a considerable amount of damage, even though it takes a lot to get out of there. So then it kind of begs the would the Scrag invade team make a big difference? Anything to kind of move the heroes out of the way. And again, it looks like he starts way in the back, regardless of where you start him, which means if we start him like in the back left or the bottom left or the top left is not going to make a difference because he starts at that same spot. And you can see even coming over here, I'm not sure how much damage he really does at this point, but also remember, he is a buffer. That is something to remember. Now, as a damage dealer, 35 million, but Naruko right there doing 71 million. As a buffer, it seems like it's going to be a pretty strong hero to build just from that buffing aspect. And of course, this one. Now, this was kind of interesting. Again, we got a couple kind of conversations around this today, is looking at the Skarath Iran combo, is if you're pulling all of these enemies in, does he get stuck? Which I don't know the answer to that. So pulling them in, boom, well, there Iran didn't pull anyone in, but you can see right there he attacks Thorin, starting to move through right here. He gets all the way to Daemon, boom, kind of hits that other wall of Daemon. Finally, he almost gets to that other side, and we might have to kick up this level deficiency because I don't feel like it's very fair for him getting over there. Now, also a lot of players were questioning is if you're running him with Baden, but if you're also running him with the Awakened version of Shemira, what is that going to look like with the crowd control aspect and kind of the build? And again, running 5 Graveborn together, he's very, very slow. So right here, he runs into Grez. Now, of course, Grez, very hard to kill within the formation. And as you can see, he's not going to get anywhere in this formation. Even Thorin pops right back up, and he's got the taint ability on there. So again, really didn't have the ability to really make a lot of progression right there. But you can see, I'm going to have to go back. We're going to exit out of this because I feel like let's go another, let's say another 100 levels here. Because again, I know looking at the Celestials and the Hypos, the Dimensionals, it's going to make a big difference in there. Now, I want to hop out and drop. Let's put a little bit more support in there. You know what? We'll put some knockback in there. See what that looks like running these light bearers. So again, he is so slow just going through here. And again, I'm kind of thinking with the level deficiencies because again, right here, he does knock into Hodgkin, pushes him out of the way, starts moving right through there. Now, of course, they get kicked back. I'm wondering if he's going to even hit this side. Boom, turns around. There we go. So we got to turn around right there. And then the ultimate ability triggers. Now remember, he can't do the ultimate ability until he does get on this side. But looking here again, just kind of dragging through. I'm sure a lot of that buffing that we see there with the awakened version of Lucius makes a big difference. Now I'm wondering, let's go bottom row in here. And again, I'm kind of wondering, see, regardless of where he starts, it's going to be that same flow. So I'm almost thinking like the back bottom might make more sense for him just for the fact of he's going to move at the same speed. But I'm also wondering like a delay coming in here. We'll look at the awakened version of Leica. It doesn't seem like haste is going to make a big difference. And I didn't know about movement speed either. So he makes it to the side, turns, and this is where it triggers the ult. So boom, there is his ultimate ability right there. Which again, kind of an interesting combination. Of course, Zorath is going to do the repeat right here. And once he gets here on this side, let's speed this up a little bit because we know Zorath, of course, is just going to do the repeat. See, dragging that tombstone is a lot. I don't feel like we can increase the movement speed on there. But I'm also thinking like the buff aspect of getting, there we go. So he turned around right there. There's the ultimate. There's the ult. Let's see this ultimate ability. The energy comes back pretty fast. But let's see what the damage looks like in this one. 131, so 159. So again, as a buffer, it feels like the sooner you can kind of race him over there. And again, this one, I don't think the 5 pull is going to work in here. Again, I think we're going to have that exact same problem. So you know what? Putting in a tank like Tamara's, and you also notice they bump these up to the 40 in here. So boom, there's the crowd control. So I'm thinking Tamara's is, and look how fast he's moving. All right, so there, if no one's in front of him, you're going to be able to actually move pretty fast through there. Boom, there's the ult. And I'm wondering what the damage is going to look like here, because of course, Thorin coming up again. He gets energy back fast, guys, which is very cool to see. So 144, 304, yeah, 144 there. So again, seems like a lot more of a buffer. And I don't know if, and I want to do that one more time. I actually want to see that one more time. Because I think once he starts moving, if nobody, so if he's not, if nobody actually sits in his way, he moves a lot faster. So there, he's dragging. So he kind of builds up. So there we go. No one's there. There he goes. Yeah, he pulls that away. So, I mean, that was about 9 seconds. He was already across there. And of course, the crowd control is kind of crazy from Aethys. I know I always say it wrong. But overall, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, I want to see, what do we got? Light bears in here. We have the dancers, which that was the one we just did. So let's look at the Graveborn. And again, I'm thinking with another 100 level deficiency, where exactly is he going to come in? So if he stopped right there, again, he's picking up a little bit of speed. Even there's the immunity. There we go. Pretty fast speed. But again, he hits the other side when the target's already down. So Lady Simona just absolutely crushed it. 427, even 381 from Shamira. Now, who do we have here? Now, of course, but see, getting these heroes out of the way is going to be the problem for him. Because essentially, if he's stuck, like right here, he is just kind of stuck in this back. He's not going to go anywhere, and he's not going to do anything if you don't open up this path. I mean, he's there knocking out some damage, even trying to get through, and he is just not moving. And I'm wondering what it's going to look like. I'm wondering if we can get Mulan to get this down, which I'm sure she will. Mulan is pretty tough, guys. Oh, we're going to run out of time. So granted, stays alive. What does the damage look like? 222. So sitting there in the front line, kind of tanking, look at the damage. 300 million right there. And again, thinking of this formation, let's put the hero in the bottom and see if we got that same problem. Because right here, they're picked up. Look at him going straight through. That's what you're going to have to do. So turns around right here. Boom, there we go. Ultimate ability triggered up. You're going to have to put a tank in there to get him through to that other side. That's pretty cool, though. That is a pretty cool way to build this hero. Now, I want to see it again with the Awakened version of Leica. So actually dropping out the Wilders, let's drop the Awakened version of Leica in here. And again, thinking of like the crowd control aspect. And I'm thinking Iran can move everyone out of the way. Let's see, he's coming in late. Yeah, because this isn't going to work, because essentially if you're at a point where Like is bringing them in a little bit later, you're going to have kind of that delay right there. But it seems like it's going to be either this or the top that we're going to see the places for him to be. Because again, right here, it's not going to work. Going to run into Desira right there. Again, finally got turned around with Thorin. But that was a little bit of delay right there with Leica coming in. And Leica does so much damage, especially, like I said, with all of these now moving to a plus 40. You can see they really didn't get much stronger. But I'm thinking this, I mean, either the 3 or 5 position is going to be the absolute ideal place for this hero to be at. To get through here and essentially get everyone out of the way. Because even here, they're going to stack up on Jerome. Boom, they come up, giving him the freeway. Just cruising right through. Boom, hits the end, turns around, and there's the ult. Yeah, he's going to have to go. It's going to have to be somewhere in the bottom. So I'm thinking that is a pretty good place, even here with Nadia. Should be able to put them all together. And I'm hoping, again, just kind of see right there, he got knocked back. Now you're going to deal with Zorath over here. But boom, turned around. There's the ult. That ult does come up pretty quick. Yeah, so pretty much you just got to move the heroes out of his way. Even there, now he's stuck on Zorath again. Wow. Look at how fast that ult is. And I'm thinking if we're looking at a full minute 30 here, there's the fear. I'm thinking if you're looking at, yeah, a full minute 30 here, it's going to be some monster damage. 364 right there. And I'm wondering, again, in that 5 position, if you're going to be able to essentially sneak the hero by, is what I'm kind of thinking. Even here, I don't want to put like in here. I don't like much of the delay. But looking at Trishia, I mean, any crowd control in here would really do well. Boom, because or literally everyone's out of his way. He can just walk right to the other side. Go ahead and turn around, and here comes the ults. Again, everyone's pretty dead at that point. Yeah, I mean, just coming right over and doing the ult right off the bat. So pretty cool build on the hero. Again, I don't know, and I'm wondering if, you know what? I'm going to grab the trial version, and I want to try in... Let's go ahead and pick this trial version up. I know it's not going to be fully built out and everything else, but there we go. So I want to try it in a couple different boss fights. See exactly what this looks like in here. Let's hop in the curse realm. Again, looking at the formations, and I think it's just going to be able to... He's just going to be able to walk like right by the Burning Brute. I know this isn't ideal based on the formation. Oh, we're going to have to watch all the teams. Or you know what? Let me just fast forward it. Go. What does this last battle look like? 91. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is if we're just walking him right over here, again, no one's going to be there. Pretty slow on the walkover. I thought he'd pick up a little bit more speed. Boom. There we go. Then it's just going to be the ultimate abilities. It's going to be the non-stop ultimate. So again, not really the best one to use this on. You can see even the healing aspect right there. Yeah, I mean, look at the ults. Wow. Wondering if anyone is using the hero in here. That is a really good question if we're seeing him show up anywhere already. Nope, not as of right now. Again, that's going to be pretty interesting. Let's check out Nightmare Corridor, see if we see the exact same. And again, this being a speed kill, I don't see the hero being used at all in here. Because literally, if you're talking 18, 20 seconds in a battle, they're not even going to get to the enemy side by the time that they're killed. So very, very cool. And again, remember, it is a buffer. So this is a warrior buffer. That is the primary role we have right there. So even looking at some of these, yeah, he goes across the battlefield. When he triggers the ult, that's it, the Nefarious Souls. So the higher that you're building him, the better it's going to be, which of course the magic suppression is going to be pretty big in there. PvP, I can feel he's going to be pretty big just because, again, of the slow movement, but the, interruption to crowd control and a couple other things. Even here, each instance of battle taken by Bronn won't exceed 15%. So burst teams, he's going to shut them down. And then, of course, right here, before reaching the edge of the battlefield and turning around, inflicts health loss on enemy heroes. This is going to be big to stack up some of those abilities. And then, of course, permanently increasing physical and magical pierce, which is going to be big for those longer battles. So overall, guys, very, very cool hero. Can't wait to build him over on the YouTube account. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.